Hi Gemini, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of December, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month it's inspired in the current Sagittarius season we are on. If you would like to know more details about it, you can read in the description box, where you can also find the current list of reading services I offer. And as usual, as we are approaching the end of the year, I'm also going to put available the reading chapter 22, which is a sneak peek into the year of 2022 and a guidance onto what kind of themes and main energies might be a part of that next year for your life. And if you want to know more details about that reading, you can also check down below or email me with your questions. If you would like to donate and support my channel, you can do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So Gemini, I do feel like you're dealing with a lot of fixed elements. So there can be a sense of being very, very, very strong on your convictions right now. And this could be like something that leads to both deepening of the understanding of where your heart is, where your spirit is, where your mind is. Like you can be this boost of confidence in the sense that promoting in you a self-assurance, a certainty of where you're heading and where you are right now in life. And at the same time, it can also be bringing you experiences of a lot of confrontation, clashes of will, at times a sense of being so fixated on what you believe to be the right thing, you know, and what you believe to be the absolute truth, that you can become very triggered when you're seeing elements that defy your logic or defy your convictions, when you're being thrown with the mutable elements, when you're being confronted with the changes that are always, you know, a part of experiences out there, when you're dealing with contradiction, when you're dealing with duality, when you're dealing with just elements outside of what you believe to be true right now. So I do feel that you need to be careful with your stubbornness during the month of December, because it can lead to unwanted confrontations. For some of you, Geminis can even, there's a percentage here of Geminis that can even be at risk of having here some sort of, you know, problems with authorities. So be aware of that. It can be that any kind of energy that is trying to lead you into a different path of the one you have chosen, or the one you have decided for yourself to be the one you want, or the one you have committed yourself to be a part of, you can really be very fiercely opposing it and against it, and be tempted to maybe do things, say things, act upon ways that can take you into trouble. Now, for others of you, I feel like again, you might be in your corner, you might be, you know, focused on living your best life, being happy, being creative, pursuing your interests, you know, standing in your light, standing in your truth, standing in your power, and you feel absolutely great about yourself right now. The highlight of December for many of you Geminis is that you feel so good about yourself, so good about what makes you to be you and how is all coming together. So there can be a sense of you feeling whole, of you feeling energized, of you feeling stimulated by your own self, by your own example, by your own creations and your own doings. So many of you are just in your corner, focused on what you feel to be your true purpose, actually, in this life. For those of you that have been trying to find what that purpose is, I feel like the month of the month of December can be very interesting in the sense that you can discover what that purpose is. You can have a major breakthrough when it comes to what that purpose is, or there can be a sense of a major breakthrough period coming in the month of December that makes you open your eyes to your greatness, open your eyes to your true potential, open your eyes to your true self again. So for those of you that have been a little bit oblivious to it. Also, for those of you that have been battling with feeling confident in your skin, feeling confident in your ideas again, feeling confident in yourself, the month of December promotes self-confidence, which is always a great thing to have, to help us through, you know, all the challenges that life presents, and to also to magnetize and attract into your life the right energies, right? The right experiences. But it is exactly because you might be so about yourself, and your light is so, you know, is radiating in such a powerful, intense way that it can, you know, be felt as if you are trying to obfuscate what's around you with this light. So it can feel like your light is too much, or that your light is endangering or threatening, again, other people's choices, other people's mentality, other people's, you know, beliefs, other people's ways of doing things. And so in that sense, you can be just be doing yourself and still be questioned and still be provoked and still be misinterpreted, or still be here, how you call it, like pursued in the wrong ways, where you can receive bad, you know, bad comments, you know, criticism, because of what you're doing. And the feeling is that if you engage in this, if this is coming from the outside and not coming from you, but the feeling is that if you engage in this, it can get really heated, because you're in a moment where you're not taking, you know, any BS. You're not taking disrespect. We're talking about 2 Leo frequencies here. So you could be dealing with strong Leo energies, but it's the Leo energy and vibe in you right now that is coming through. And there's something about you not tolerating disrespect, not even an inch of it, but in ways in which it can make you very reactive, very aggressive yourself when you're being, you know, pushed into that understanding of what, you know, the outside is doing to you just because you're being yourself. There's an important message here of not every battle is worth fighting. You need to use a little bit more of your rationality right now in moments where you're being called out, you're being threatened, you're being, again, pushed around, or when you're being bullied, when you're being anything that is uncomfortable. Think before you react. And that can be very hard for you to do in the month of December, to think before you react, because either you're tired of dealing with this energy and you don't want to, you know, waste another second on it, and you want to push back, which means you want to fight back, you want to answer back, but it feels like fighting fire with fire kind of energy. Or again, you're just so full of yourself in a good way that disrespect or that criticism can really, you know, make you so angry and overprotective of whatever this beautiful energy is that you lash out. Any energy that seems to endanger this beautiful state in which you're in, again, it promotes a reaction of you that can be more aggressive than not. But I also feel like the problem with all of this is not the fact that you might react and it might, you know, bring uncomfortable experiences. Is the fact that it can really take you into a significant problem and challenge, being, you know, for some with the police, for some with authorities, going to court, being fired, having a relationship, you know, break apart. Just be mindful of what is your, you know, what is really the motivation to fight for something. If it's really necessary, if it's really even something that's going to make the difference. Because at times we want to prove so much that others are in the wrong that we end up being in the wrong ourselves by the way we do it. So it's one of those scenarios where you can start with all the reason on your plate and end up losing it by how you end up reacting or handling a situation that is complicated. For others of you, you're actually in a moment where you just want to break free, all right, from a very negative period of your life where things have been unfair, where things have been, for some of you, even scary. I feel like you're trying to overcome so hard your fears. Nine of Swords in the heart of your reading. You're very aware that you have been stressing out too much. You have been consuming too much negativity. You have been absorbing too much negativity. And that's exactly what you want to break free from. It's like, again, I feel like there's a major breakthrough of light. So where there has been darkness felt for many of you Geminis, there's light. And it's like all of the sudden, so there can be even that sense of needing to adapt to a contrasting energy. That it's positive, but it's so sudden and so intense that, you know, it can get also uncomfortable for you to adapt to this version of yourself where you're much more confident in your own being, where you're not afraid to stand up for yourself, where you're not afraid to fight for the life you want, for the relationships you want, for the things you aspire to become. So you're breaking free of a very difficult, troublesome period, but breaking free of this negativity can be a fight itself, all right? And it can become something in which you feel like, why do I always have to be fighting? First fighting yourself, and then after fighting, you know, after leaving that battling with your own self, with your own, you know, shadows and demons, now you have to perhaps fight others, or you have to fight, how you call it, like judgments, the judgment of society, the judgment of your family, of where you are mostly integrated, because you're just coming. It's like just because you're stepping into your full potential, or stepping into your full sense of identity right now. Some of you could be breaking free from a very complicated relationship, all right? And you feel great about it, but either your partner is giving you a hard time with this separation or with this divorce. For some of you, it's about you needing to fight for your freedom in terms of breaking bonds from a contract. And it can be a marriage. It can be a contract when it comes to work, or any kind of karmic contract you have been having here with a situation. You're breaking free from it, but the process to this liberation is actually very intense and at times very, it's like too hot to handle kind of vibration here. Now, as you have here the Hierophant, I feel like you will grow into becoming wiser by the day. So as I was saying, as you don't give in, to the first instincts, especially those more aggressive ones where you just want to lash out and destroy what is trying to destroy you, there's that growing wisdom. There's something here about, as December unfolds and the energy becomes calmer, you will also reach higher levels of wisdom that will make you, again, become more selective of where you put your energy into and what fights are really worth fighting. So I hope you have a great month. I want to wish you happy holidays. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.